Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss about Newton's laws of motion. Basically, we know that there are three laws of motion. First is the law of inertia, second is the fundamental law, and third one is the law of action and reaction. So let's begin with the law of inertia. What law of inertia states that? The law of inertia states that a body continues to be at its state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line unless it is acted upon some external force to change the state. Or it can be stated as if no force acted on a body, then the velocity of body cannot change. For example, if we take any box which is at its rest position, now what happens if we apply a force on that box, then only the box changes its position, and if we apply no force on that box, then the box always remains at rest. ऑब्वियस सी बात है, कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट जब अपनी पोजीशन पर रखा हुआ है तो वो अपने आप तो नहीं भागने लगेगा ना, जब अपन उसमें कोई फोर्स अप्लाई करेंगे तभी वो भागेगा. तो यही लॉ ऑफ इनर्शिया कहता है कि यदि हम किसी ऑब्जेक्ट पर कोई फोर्स को अप्लाई करते हैं तभी उस ऑब्जेक्ट की वेलोसिटी बदलती है, और अगर हम उस ऑब्जेक्ट पर कोई फोर्स अप्लाई नहीं करते हैं तब वो ऑब्जेक्ट एज इट इज़ रहता है, उसकी वेलोसिटी में कोई चेंज नहीं होता है. दिस इज़ द लॉ ऑफ इनर्शिया. नाउ व्हाट इज़ इनर्शिया? इनर्शिया क्या होता है? Inertia is the inherent property of all bodies by virtue of which they cannot change their state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line is called inertia. Inertia. It is also defined as a tendency of every object to resist change in its state of motion. Inertia को हम ऐसे भी कह सकते हैं कि किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट के मोशन में वो चेंज को रेजिस्ट करती है, मतलब अपोज करती है. वो सपोज कोई ऑब्जेक्ट रेस्ट में है तो वो या तो रेस्ट में ही रहेगा, और कोई ऑब्जेक्ट मोशन में है तो वो मोशन में ही रहेगा. इफ़ एनी ऑब्जेक्ट इज़ एट रेस्ट इट प्रिफर स्टेइंग एट रेस्ट, एंड इफ एनी ऑब्जेक्ट इज़ इन मोशन इट प्रिफर स्टेइंग इन मोशन. दिस इज़ इनर्शिया. एग्जाम्पल, if we have two boxes, one is heavier box and another one is lighter box. Now what happen if we try to push both the boxes? Which box pushes easily? Obviously lighter boxes push easily. Why? Because it does not have tendency to resist. The heavier box has the tendency to resist the change, so the heavier box can stay at its position and the lighter box can push us easily. It means the more is the tendency to resist. The more the mass of the object, the large is its inertia. जितना ज़्यादा किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट का मास होगा उतना ज़्यादा उसका inertia होगा. Okay, this is inertia. Now inertia are of three kinds. So first of all, inertia of rest. What is inertia of rest? It is the tendency of body to remain in its position of rest is called inertia of rest. For example, a person who is standing in a train falls backward when the train starts moving forward. It is a very common example which we see in our daily lives. What happens when the train moves? The lower part of the body continues to move with the train, but the upper part of the body continues to remain at rest. It is due to inertia. क्या होता है कि जब ट्रेन में हम स्टेशनरी पोजीशन पर खड़े रहते हैं और एकदम से ट्रेन चलना स्टार्ट हो जाती है तो हमें हल्का सा बेंड पीछे साइड को, बैकवर्ड साइड को गिरने जैसा लगता है. ऐसा क्यों होता है? क्योंकि जब ट्रेन चलना स्टार्ट होती है तो हमारी बॉडी का जो लोअर पार्ट होता है वो ट्रेन के साथ कंटिन्यूसली मूव करता है, वाइल जो अपर पार्ट होता है बॉडी का वो इस रेस्ट पोजीशन पर होता है. इट इज़ बिकॉज ड्यू टू इनर्शिया. सब लेट अस सी इन दिस पिक्चर. What happens? A man who is standing in its stationary position when the train starts moving, the person falls backward. It happens due to inertia. Okay. Now second is inertia of motion. What is inertia of motion? It is the tendency of body to remain in its state of motion in a straight line is called inertia of motion. मतलब कोई ऑब्जेक्ट अगर मोशन में है तो वो मोशन में ही रहना. It is the inertia of motion. For example, when a moving bus stops suddenly, a person sitting in it falls forward. Or when a moving train stops suddenly, a person sitting in it falls forward. हम देखते हैं ट्रेन में बैठे रहते हैं और एकदम से जब किसी स्टेशन पर ट्रेन आकर रुकती है तो वी फॉल फॉरवर्ड, हम आगे की तरफ झुक जाते हैं. वाई इट इज़ हैपेंड सो? बिकॉज द लोअर पार्ट ऑफ आवर बॉडी कम्स टू रेस्ट along with the train, while the upper part of the body continues to remain in the motion due to inertia. What happens? क्या हुआ यहाँ पे? हमारी जो बॉडी का लोअर पार्ट है वो अब रेस्ट में आ गया विद द ट्रेन, और जो अपर पार्ट ऑफ द बॉडी है वो मोशन में ही कंटिन्यू है. तो ये क्यों हुआ? इट इज़ ऑल्सो ड्यू टू इनर्शिया. एंड द थर्ड इज द इनर्शिया ऑफ डायरेक्शन. Now what is inertia of direction? It is the inability of the body to change by itself its direction of motion is called inertia of motion. मतलब हमारी बॉडी की एबिलिटी है अपने डायरेक्शन को चेंज करने की. What happens here? For example, when a bus takes a sharp turn, a person sitting in the bus experiences a force away from the center of a curved path. Why it has happened so? It is because of a inertia. जब भी हम बस में ट्रैवल करते हैं एंड जब हमें कोई टर्न महसूस हो, जब टर्न आता है तो हम क्या होते हैं, राइट साइड में टर्न हो जाते हैं. इट इज़ बिकॉज ऑफ इनर्शिया. These are the types of inertia we studied. Now we come to the second law of motion, or it is also known as the fundamental law. What it states, that is, the rate of change of linear momentum of a body is directly proportional to an external force applied on the body. Or we can say the net force on the body is equal to the product of mass and acceleration of the body, commonly known as F is equal to ma, where m is the mass and a is the acceleration. Now the example of second law of motion is seen in this picture. What this picture shows? It shows that when we see that a person who is pushing a trolley having a constant mass. Now what happens? When he apply a force on that trolley, it starts moving. That is, when it starts moving, its velocity changes, means its speed changes with time. First it moves slowly, then it moves faster. And we know that the rate of change of velocity with respect to time is acceleration. It means that if we apply force to any object, it accelerates, means its speed increases. So this is the Newton's second law of motion, which is force which is equal to mass into acceleration. Means if we applied force to any object having a constant mass, it produces acceleration. Its acceleration increases or its speed increases. Now we come to third law of motion. It states that it states that to every action there is always equal and opposite reaction. So what happens in this? If we apply any action, we get opposite reaction. For example, if a boy apply a force on the boat with its feet, it is action done by boy's feet on the boat, and boat also exerts the force on the boy's feet. It is the reaction. Now what happens? The force applied by boy's feet on the boat and boat also apply the force on the boy's feet. Okay, clear? So these are the action and reaction. The force applied by boy's feet on the boat is action, and the force applied by the boat on the boy's feet is the reaction. And by Newton's third law, here which I have denoted is FFB is equal to minus of FBF, where FFB is the force applied by boat on boy's feet and FBF is the force applied by boy's feet on the boat. So this is the explanation of Newton's third law of motion. Another example of Newton's third law of motion we can take is the book and table. If any book which is placed on a table, then what happens? The book exerts the force on the table and table also exerts the force on the book. Now what happens? The force applied by book on the table is the action, and force applied by table on the book is the reaction. So it is clear that every action has equal and opposite reaction. हम जो भी एक्शन कहीं पर भी करते हैं उसका हमें अपोजिट क्या मिलता है? रिएक्शन मिलता है. हम चल रहे हैं मतलब हमारी फीट ज़मीन पर फोर्स अप्लाई कर रही है, मतलब ज़मीन भी हमारी फीट पर फोर्स अप्लाई करेगी. इट इज़ ऑल्सो द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ न्यूटन्स थर्ड लॉ ऑफ मोशन. So these are the daily examples which we can see every day in our everyday life. It is I have explained it due to motion.